Mega pop star Sophie Ellis-Bextor joins me on the show now. Sophie, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, thank you, Sophie, and I'm really delighted to have you on the show. I want to congratulate you on your brand new single, Hypnotised. Could you tell us all about that?
So the single is a collaboration with a talented Glaswegian called, his professional name is Watto, and his name to me is Pete. And he approached me a couple of years ago with this track, and I just really loved it. It really appeals to my sort of wonky pop sensibilities. I think the song's quite unusual, but it just really sort of gripped me from the get-go. So I was really excited to sing it and to work on it with him. So we finished it, and we've just been having a really fun summer with it, just taking it out and about and getting people in the crowd to do the dance routine and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I actually wanted to touch on the dance routine. I know you've been out and about doing lots of summer festivals, and at one of them, I believe you broke a Guinness World Record. Is that right?
Well, yes, I can't take sole credit for that, though. That was actually, I turned up at an amazing festival called Camp Festival. And yes, they did the largest number of people doing a disco dance. So I was up on stage, and there were nearly 600 people who all participated in this dance routine. And there were the adjudicators from Guinness World Records there, and it was very exciting. And yeah, they passed. They got the certificate, so it's really cool.
That is honestly so cool. And then another string to your bow this summer is you released a cookbook. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so my husband Richard and I, we absolutely love cooking. We come from families who, make a lot of home-cooked meals, and we all get very excited about making each other things to eat. So we wanted to do a cookbook for a little while, and then happily a publishing house called Octopus approached us about doing the book, and we were like, oh yes, we've got an idea of how we want this to work, because we wanted it to be a real family book, because that's how we live, that's how we eat. So it's got our recipes, but also my sister, my brother, his dad, my mum, our old nanny. Like, there's loads of people in there that have all contributed recipes. So it's a proper family cookbook.
Oh, that is just so lovely. Now, Sophie, I couldn't have you on and not mention your lockdown kitchen discos that boosted the morale of so many people. Whenever you started posting those on Instagram, did you know it was going to be such a phenomenon?
Absolutely not. In fact, I thought people were going to make fun of me, actually, because the first one that we did, which was the first Friday of the first lockdown, so, pretty early on, I thought people were going to make jokes about me saying that I'd gone very crazy very quickly, because we did this attempted disco. I was wearing a sequin catsuit. My youngest at the time was 14 months, so he was crawling around all over the floor. The other four were kind of wandering about. It was chaos. There were wires everywhere. It was very shambolic. But what Richard, my husband, and I noticed, and he's the one who filmed the discos, what we noticed from the get-go was that immediately we felt better. Like, it really lifted our spirits. It was nice to do something a bit silly. It was nice to be distracted with a project and choosing the songs and working out what I was going to wear and all that stuff. I think I just really needed a place to go in my head.
It was really, really amazing. We genuinely enjoyed it so much. Obviously, your kids featured in most of the videos. I'm wondering, do your kids understand that mummy is a global pop star and like millions of people were watching these videos, or to them was it just a family boogie in the kitchen?
Definitely the latter, and I really hope they don't have any idea about much of what I get up to, really. But I really like that, and I think because my job is sometimes, quite busy, I love the fact that when I come home, it's just all about what they're up to, and there isn't really time when they say, oh, how have you found, releasing new material, or, how are you feeling about the albums coming on? We don't talk about my stuff at all. I think that's the right way around.
Well, Sophie, thank you so much for chatting to me today. We are now going to play your new single. Could I ask you to introduce that for us, please?
Yeah, it'd be my absolute pleasure, and it's been lovely to talk to you. And yeah, let's have a little bit of wonky pop on the agenda. So this is me and Watto, and this is Hypnotised.
With one bottle of new B-Bold Super Mousse sold every 60 seconds. Find out why everyone's talking about B-Bold Tan. Sponsor of Jordan's Girl Talk.
Q Radio.
You always knew how to creep into my head, always finding ways to sleep in my bed. You have always kept me hypnotized. You will never have the key to my heart. Pay attention to the things that I said. I had told you I was sick of crying when you gave me promises of paradise, then took them back again before my eyes. Here we go at it again. You see, this position is not for me, and it just wasn't meant to be. The decision is mine to leave you. So I've grown so tired of the mind games you creep into my head, always finding ways to sleep in my bed. You have always kept me hypnotized. You will never have the key to my heart. Pay attention to the things that I said. I had told you I was sick of crying when you gave me promises of paradise, then took them back again before my eyes. You always knew how to creep into my head, always finding ways to sleep in my bed. You have always kept me hypnotized. You will never have the key to my heart. Pay attention to the things that I said. I had told you I was sick of crying when you gave me promises of paradise, then took them back again before my eyes.
Ryan's WhatsApp saying, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, what a voice. Great voice. Love that new single, Hypnotise. And I have to say, she was lovely and just as beautiful over Zoom as she is in all the magazines. A lovely, lovely girl. Thanks to Sophie for coming on the show.